shit.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sitting Ringside. We are back. I am somewhat cured from this fucking COVID. It is kicking my ass. But we cannot miss another week of Sitting Ringside. So here we are. This is episode number 197. Of course, as always, I am Robert El Jefe Villa, and my friends over here is Rudy Lara, Mark Ambu Miller, and of course, David Rodriguez. What's going on, fellas?
We
Not
back.
much. Glad to be back, bro.
I
Man, it
forgot
felt
my
like we've
suit,
been.
of course,
I
but
know, man.
next time I'll
I
have it
was in
ready. I'm sorry.
I was in Phoenix last week, so that's why we didn't do the show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been. It feels like we haven't had a show in like almost 5 weeks. Oh, it just
It
feels
feels
Hey,
like
like almost like
yeah,
a month,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
crazy, man. All right,
But
guys.
we're
Well,
back.
we have a banger show tonight. We don't have a guest, but that's okay. We didn't schedule one. Probably won't have one till the beginning of next year with episode 200. Trying to still lock that in, but let's get started with the shout outs real quick. Of course, as always, our friends at HKA USA. Go to hkusa.com. Show your support to them as they show a lot of support to fighters, and of course to Fight Book MMA. Also to our streaming partners, Flow Combat, Fight TV, ESPN Plus, The Zone, and MMA TV. Of course, shout out to foxhoundfuel.com. Go to foxhoundfuel.com. Use your phone and scan our QR code. And for all your purchases every single time, use our discount code for 20% off FBMMA in all caps. Also, for the fellas, we have John Tyler, our boy, our friend of the show. Go and get some nice underwear. Very, very comfortable. I wear them every day. I love them. Different colors as well. Use our discount code FIGHTBOOK in all caps for 20% off on all your single purchases. Also, if you want to support our show even more, go to our merch tab at the website at fightbookmma.com or use your phone and scan our QR code and get yourself some merch. And if it's not there, hit me up. And I got another platform that I have as a backup for us
The OnlyFans.
for us to be able to, or for me to be able to get you some merch. Oh shit. All right, guys, let's do a quick rundown of all the events that are happening this weekend on the MMA, kickboxing, grappling, Muay Thai category. Tonight, right now, happening live on the Brave website, Brave CF78. Our friends over there are kicking ass right now. They're doing 4 shows back to back, and then tomorrow,
Oh, shit.
Brave CF79. Yeah, Carlos Kramer, our boy, our friend of the show, and a Fight Book MMA, huge supporter. Also, shout out to
Man,
Shakib
it's been like
Muhammad.
forever since they've had an event.
Oh yeah, dude, but they've been killing it, man. It's been like this is their second or third event already, and then tomorrow is their 4th event.
Yep.
Crazy, but that's how they do it, man. That's how they close out the year, and they just party on, man. Also, our friends over there at Combate Global, our boy Rodolfo Roman, and the PR guy that I've known since forever, Mike Afrowitz. Uh, Go
No.
check them out. Combate Global Sanchez versus Kalianidu. That's happening also on December 8th. And don't forget, our friends, huge supporter of Fight Book MMA. They love us to pieces. PFL, they're having PFL Europe 4, the 2023 championships. Quick shout out to our boy out there, Anik. I mean, he is killing it with PFL.
Killing
Just
it.
to just to toot our own horn, man. PFL PR actually emailed us and said that they are very happy with Anik and very happy with what the type of coverage we're doing for PFL, and they can't wait for what we can do next year. So shout outs to them, man.
Bro, I want to
Also,
see. I want to see Anik fight Ariel in a cage.
I'll email them.
Shout out Ray Viza. Much love to Fightbook MMA. Thanks, bro.
Hey, yeah, that's my boy. That's my golf buddy right there, Ray Viza.
420. Grind it.
Nice, nice.
We out here grinding.
Hell you. Also, our friends over there at One Championship, of course, they love Fightbook MMA as well. Uh, it's going to be streaming live on Fightbook MMA, and I'll be doing the live results as well. One Fight Night 17. That is happening tomorrow. And of course, our friends, man, we got a bunch of friends having events this week. We are going to be live covering XFN 391.
Oh yeah.
Our boy Arlo is there. He's going to be cage side, reporting live and reporting round by round of these amazing fights. This is the last event of the year for XFN. So, Mr. Cook, yep, thank you, sir, for always supporting Fightbook MMA.
Yep.
And then we have so the One Fight Night's going to be live on Fightbook. XFN's going to be live on Fightbook. The next one, Dynasty Combat Sports Season Beatings 2023 is also going to be
Seasons
happening.
beatings. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. They're going to be streaming live at Fightbook MMA, and our friends over there at AKA 33. Our boy Diamond is going to be ring announcing. We had him on our show as well. He's also won an award for best ring announcer for the states here. So yeah, it's going to be a banger of a show. AKA 33 also streaming live at Fightbook, and then December 9th, Fusion Fight League, another title that you're gonna like, Rudy. Seasons Beatings 2023.
Hell yeah.
Winter versus McMillan. That's also going to be streaming live at Fightbook MMA.
It's
So
time
all
to
the
ranch it up.
Oh
let's
shit.
go.
It's time to ranch it up.
In the boxing bare
Hey,
knuckle
man.
slap fighting category, we have Redneck Brawl 4 streaming
Yes.
live on Fightbook MMA. This is gonna be a good
That
one,
shit's
Rudy.
fucking funny as hell, honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
That shit's
boxing
funny as hell,
event
Bob.
is a
It
fucking
is.
dude. If you want to laugh your ass off and enjoy some crazy ass
Yeah.
boxing, watch Redneck Brawl.
One or two actually has some decent boxing. The rest are just fucking shit shows, right, Rudy?
I like shit shows, bro. I mean,
Isn't that the event?
I know you do.
Didn't they have didn't Jose Canseco box on one of those shows, right?
I think so.
He's
and
boxed
he
for all that
lost
shit.
miserably.
Yeah, that's right.
Hornswoggle did too.
Ooh,
Man.
Oh,
Hornswoggle.
oh yeah.
Dave knows what I'm talking about.
Man.
Hornswoggle.
All right. In Pembroke Pines, Florida, this is going to be streaming live on ESPN Plus. It's going to be a title fight. Robesi Ramirez versus Rafael Espinosa. They're going to be fighting for Ramirez WBO featherweight title. Also in San Francisco, California, this one's going to be streaming live on The Zone. It is another title fight. Regis Prochias versus Devin Haney. I haven't seen Devin Haney fight in a long ass time.
Shit.
They're going to be
Yeah,
fighting for
been a while.
Grice WBC junior welterweight title. And on December 10th in Barmouth, England, another title fight. Chris Billum Smith versus Matthews Masternak. This is a 12-rounder, and they're fighting for Billum Smith's WBO cruiserweight title.
Masternak.
I know. There's a lot of events happening this week, guys. And for all you people that are watching and are listening, don't forget to watch these fights, because if you're not, David,
Most definitely. You're not watching every single round, every single second, every event. that Rob just mentioned, and also going to fightbookmma.com for most of that content. Not a real fight fan.
Not a real fight fan. 100%. And you got to be doing the fucking Friday challenges. Don't think that we forgot, folks.
Yeah.
Don't think that we
Yeah.
forgot.
If,
You got to be doing
if you
that
ain't got
shit.
a,
Not,
then you better have a fridge full of Prime and Bud Light. Otherwise,
not a real fight fan. Don't even front.
No.
and you definitely weren't a real fight fan if you weren't tuned in last week to UFC Austin, a card that I know Roberto, you guys are probably going to give it a 10, and I mean, I knew
I'm not.
I'm going to give it a 10.
I knew
I watched it on and off, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I really didn't watch it from beginning to
You're
end. I
not a real
watched it on
fight
and
fan
off.
then, dude. Get out of here.
well,
I'm gonna boot you.
Fuck you.
Don't.
I was with my
So
kid.
was I.
True, bro. Don't.
yeah, there
fucking
was
talk to me.
She wasn't watching the fight.
there was
So
a few people I knew in attendance there. We know Dana White always says, consecutive sellout number 89 or so. I knew some people there. The event, it wasn't sold out. The gate did well, $2 million gate. A couple fights dropped off. Our boy Steve Garcia was supposed to fight on there. He's in fact fighting this coming weekend. We'll break down that card in the later portion of the show. But the main event, we're starting right there, boys. Arman Sarukian putting a stamp on it. The guy is definitely in title contention at the moment. He has fought the champ previously before. I don't know what they do with him. There's talks of the Dustin Poirier fight out there. But man, did we see Beneil Dariush just getting smashed like that quickly, right?
Bro, I did not
Yes,
think that Beneil Dariush was going to get manhandled the way he did. I
I
thought for
did.
sure did.
me
I
neither.
I literally wanted Beneil to win this fight. I had him winning. I was rooting for him since when they announced this fight. But fuck, dude, Arman just came in there and said, "Oh yeah, let me show you."
Amazing.
Dude,
It was like a Superman
amazing,
punch, basically, the way it
bro.
landed. And initially, it looked like the knee landed, but it wasn't the knee. It was just the way, all his momentum was just straight up into that right hand and right on the temple. And shoot, just to cap off the card, I mean, it puts him in that position, though, right, Rudy, where he can call for maybe that rematch, and they could put that fight in the Saudi show coming up in March, right?
He's already called for that rematch, and I
Yeah.
think he deserves it, bro. That would be a very exciting fight.
Yeah, because at 155, it kind of leaves Dariush. I mean, on his side, he's still relatively young. He's been in some wars, fought the top guys at 155, but he's kind of, that loss sort of put him, to the upper. I mean, it's a straight murderer's row at the top of 55. It's been that way for a while, but
I don't know,
Dariush, like,
man. I
man,
mean, how many times do you almost reach the top and not get it? How many
yep,
times can you possibly do that? I mean, he may be young, but
Yeah,
the
that's
dude's
true.
been pretty much a gatekeeper for quite a while now, bro. I mean, how long has he been in the UFC?
You gotta wonder if you should
I
go
mean, I
up or
like the
down.
guy. No, I'm not no knock to his skill, but he's not the most exciting fighter. He's kind of like
yeah,
the way people view Bilal, and I like Bilal too, but he's just not the most exciting fighter. Isn't the most charismatic person.
Yeah, you guess what he has to do.
Yeah, and he's always right there, dude, and just never closes. Right? It's
yep.
just I don't know, man.
I mean, he'd have
I'm
to go on like a crazy streak now too, and like I said, the top guys ahead of him, just fighting Arman Streak and getting finished. He'd have to go on a really crazy streak and knock off some fucking killers, and it's highly unlikely.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like you said, Rudy, that's
that's not easy
yeah.
anymore.
Well,
like
it hasn't been
how
easy
many
for
times
years, so yeah,
how many times can you
No,
do
that's
that? You know what
always
I'm
been an
saying?
athlete division.
yeah.
Like
But it was
Josh Emmett, dude. That's another prime example of that happening. He's always almost there, and
yeah.
he doesn't get it in the end, bro.
Yeah, and this fight night card in Austin, I gotta admit, was super necessary that it was a stadium show. Because had this event happened in like the silence of the Apex, like it would have been kind of shitty, right? Because the crowd was lit
Yeah.
in Austin. So
Mhm.
like, I mean, they do hold a lot of events in the Apex, but this particular card, being a fight night card in a stadium, I thought that it made it all the best as far as the matchmakers. Like you got the Guida fight, like Guida fighting Joaquin Silva with silence wouldn't have been what it was with the crowd reacting the way it did, and especially I want to get to the co-main, of course, it showcased another lightweight bout, a straight killer, and Jalen Turner taking a fight on short notice. A lot of people didn't give him a shot. We didn't do the show last week. I indeed knew that Jalen Turner was going to go in there and
I
train wreck
knew it.
Bobby Green. And
Mhm.
my question to y'all, starting
You lie. You called Bobby Green.
starting
I heard you.
starting with you, Mark, is that the worst stoppage in UFC history? A lot of Cormier saying it, like people are. I don't know. We've seen a lot of terrible stoppages. What about this one, though, Mark?
That was
Early.
I
It
honestly
was
don't know what
early,
to say about
bro.
It
that
was
one.
way too early.
Yeah.
It was ugly.
Way too
It was
early.
ugly.
And I know Mari
It was so
Yamasaki was
bad.
out there throwing
And
a
how many
lot
of
of
those shots
hearts,
were in the back
man.
of the head though? On the like, come on.
Fatality.
That's what I want to
It
hear.
was
When I
bad,
hear
bro.
that,
Fatality.
that's when it's over.
See,
It was bad though. Like that was some bad refing.
yeah, and I think we expected Dana White to just be furious and like completely tear into Kerry Hatley.
No.
He didn't. Bobby Green, of course, came out and talked about it and said, "Hey, I was out, but after he rewatched it, he thought it was pretty brutal. But it was kind of like, I mean, the ref's angle where he was. I mean, it's we've seen his head bouncing off the mat from just like the force of the shots from
Yeah.
Jalen Turner, which looked like he was still alive. But man, he got straight killed. Jalen Turner, man, I know he
Yeah.
cuts a lot of weight. That was going to be my most concerning thing about him going into the fight. But man, this guy, his frame, his size, the reach at 155, he's fought so much top competition. But starting out Bobby Green puts you in big time fights, and I believe he's ranked in the top 10. I think he's got a
Yep.
10 by his numbers, so or by his ranking. So
And let's not forget he's a
Yep.
badass skateboarder.
Yeah,
yeah,
he
that's
is.
right.
That's
Yeah, he's legit. Yeah.
right.
Dude,
But
imagine
yeah,
what he could have done if he had a full on fight camp.
well, it just
Oh God.
I mean,
don't
he
wanna
would
picture
probably
that.
finished it probably in the first 30
Sooner.
seconds of the fight.
man, and Bobby Green,
It wasn't
Ah,
that.
no, Calamate Rob.
hey,
Calmate.
yeah. But moving
Just
down
joking.
on the
I'm
card,
just
I think we were all excited to see this debut of Davison Figueiredo at 135 against a very tough veteran guy in Rob Font. Figueiredo, it was good to see him in a 3-round fight and not fighting fucking the Moreno 8 times in a row, right? Wasn't that a refreshing thing? So
Right?
it was really good, and I think Rob Font.
Nice to see.
We
Finally.
can't take anything away from Rob Font, man. He fought his ass off.
No.
He did what he had to do to survive that fight, and Davison, man, he's a killer. He's
Yeah.
just straight up killer.
and Rudy, I think well, a lot of us would agree. I mean, I said it the moment the fight concluded that I'd like to see Figueiredo fight Dominic Cruz. Man, that's a
Mm.
super fight, low key. Given
That'd be a nice fight.
given it is going to be his second go around at 135. If it does, I think they got to somewhat get him on the UFC 300 card.
How about you see
I think
300
he would
prelim?
murder Dominic Cruz. I wouldn't want to see that, man.
Hmm.
Figueiredo's still got some juice in him. Dominic Cruz, not so much. I mean, what the hell has he done lately?
Well,
Yeah,
I
but
think I
it'd
have a
still be a fun
feeling.
fight to watch.
Yeah, and I have a feeling like somehow Dominic Cruz fights on UFC 300, and it could be in fact Davison Figueiredo.
He
So,
does. He
yeah.
does.
Well,
But it was
He will. Jim Miller will.
300, did you hear that they offered Ronda Rousey 15 million to fight Misha?
yeah, no, that's
Woo!
yeah, getting to that
Why
too.
though? Why that fight though? Like
See, the thing is too, we know
Just-
Holly Holm was in the building that night in Austin. Misha Tate looked great, the best she's looked in several years, got it all together, and I think that's
Yeah.
a fight that they could turn around and go for 300 with Holly Holm and Misha. I don't know about the Rousey thing. I mean,
Yeah.
Dana White, that's probably something like an ace up his sleeve that he's like, all right, fuck it, Ronda is in fact coming back, but I don't know about the Misha fight. I'd rather see the Holly Holm Misha fight, and that may
I
in
do
fact be
too.
Holly's last fight. So
It could be.
yeah.
It could be, and then she can go and fight her contract out and then go into boxing. Because I know she wants to fight like 3 more times in a professional boxing just to make that
yeah,
fucking
Okay.
badass purse that they pay him.
yeah, that box.
So,
Yeah. Of course.
and then just be a fucking full-time trainer, a coach at Jackson's.
Yeah. But yeah, Holly Holm, Misha Tate, UFC 300, matchmakers,
Mhm.
make it happen, Dana.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
moving down into the welterweight ranks, oh man, Calvin Gastelum cutting a lot of weight. We know that he's kind of like, we don't know if he's actually fighting until the cage door closes, scale issues, but he looked good, man. Like he looked good physically. He went in there. Sean Brady is a savage, man. People might have booed and weren't interested in that fight. That takes like years upon years of skill, and he's definitely like improved, man. Like if he could fucking take down anybody at welterweight, he could pull a Bilal Muhammad and smash him. I mean, I know he lost to Bilal, but Calvin
Yeah.
Gastelum, I don't know, man. He just was not ready to defend the takedown, man. Not at all, right?
No. And that submission is one of my favorite submissions to pull off is the Kimura. I love doing that, man. I
See,
love
and
the
getting it off
Kimura.
on,
It's
yeah,
and
getting
then
Brady
to
getting it
do it
off on
against
him.
yeah, and
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
it against
Yeah.
Calvin, that's fucking speaks volumes.
yeah. But I think Calvin Gastelum, the door is getting closer to being over for his career at 170, man.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know if it's 185, right, Rudy? Because, like, at 170, I don't know who they put him up against. Calvin's been a fucking gatekeeper, low key. He gave probably what, Izzy, one of the best matchups leading up to whatever, Izzy getting dethroned and that. So I don't know. Rudy, what do you think's next for Calvin, man?
I don't know, man. I mean, he's just another one of those guys, like I was alluding to with Emmett. Um, he's just one of those guys he's been this guy has actually been at the top, but he's been just chasing it ever
Hmm.
since, and I don't think he'll ever
Hmm.
get back on that. And at some point, you got to just say, hey, you know what? I gotta move up and wait or accept what it is, and maybe take a cut and pay. I,
Yeah.
I don't know how they negotiate that shit. I'm sure the UFC brass see that and approach it that way and say, hey, you know what? We can't keep giving you, you know, spotlight fights on a card, and you coming up short every time. So it's either take a
Yeah,
Okay.
cut and pay, renegotiate your contract, or move up, move down. I don't know, man. I don't know what's next for Kelvin. I like the dude. I don't know, man. He just
You know what's next
the
for
sport's
Calvin?
always evolving, bro. The sport's always evolving, and these guys just take it to another level, man. And it just you see it, man. These younger dudes, they're just blowing past these older
yeah,
guys. Not saying that he's old, but
yeah,
Oh,
in the fight
he's
game, he is.
fight game. He is. Yeah. You
yeah.
know what's
I
next?
think
You
He's
know
quite old.
what's next for Calvin is a
A restaurant.
non-televised fight.
Oh, it's like a
I think
restaurant.
well,
It's in
I
the
I do
prelims, and
credit.
it's a non-televised fight.
I do give him credit though, because like, wasn't he lined up to fight Shavkat? Comes in, faces John
Bro,
Brady,
if
like
he would
straight.
have fought Shavkat, dude, that guy
But
Calvin would have been dead.
it's basically him coming back, taking
Oh, that would not have been fun to
but
watch.
taking these top notch guys, top talent, like credit to him, because like nobody wants to fight these guys. You know what I mean? He's trying to test himself, see where he still stands. And Sean Brady just ran him over. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, welterweight division is probably the best division in the UFC, right? We'll see
Yeah,
next week.
Nah,
we'll see.
Talk. Yeah.
Nah, bro. I like it, but it's not the
I don't know if
best.
it's, I want to see the best in the UFC. I wouldn't say that.
Well, Sean Brady, who do you call out? Or I think the fight, if the stars may align next week, say Ian Gary's victorious. There's really not a whole lot of guys available. We could probably see Sean Brady and like Ian Gary at UFC 300. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
I don't think the
uh,
UFC would do that to Ian Gary.
yay. Yeah, well, we'll see next week. He's got, you know what I mean, his hands full, and that fucking card is super legit. So, can't wait to talk about those fights, break it
I
down. But
can't wait to
the way
talk
it
about
looks,
Ian Gary.
yeah, we'll get there, boys. Joaquin Silva against the legend, the Carpenter, the Hall of Famer Clay Guida. The judges nearly gave him the fight, right? Even though Joaquin
Oh,
Silva clearly won.
Yeah, it was a good fight, man.
it was a good fight.
And another guy, man, just been chasing it forever.
Yep.
At what point is he
Been
just
around
gonna
forever
say,
too.
hey, no, yeah, I'm done with
Man,
the sport. I don't see it anytime soon. Maybe next year, dude. Maybe next year.
Probably
yeah,
next
isn't
year.
it?
It'll probably take Guida's last year of fighting.
Yeah.
It'll be sad, but hopefully he fights till he's like 50. That'd be great. But
Yeah.
isn't his? I heard rumors of his brother. Our Frank Guida. I think he's supposed to be in like Power Slap or so next season or something like that. He's trying out or he's in the
Oh my
mix, and he's the
God.
guy that's slapping
Yeah.
Clay up before he
I
enters
heard
the
rumors
cage. So
about
hmm.
He
Shaquille
was on
O'Neal
top
and
back in the
Charles
day,
Barkley.
remember?
Yeah, of course.
Shaquille
Yeah.
O'Neal,
Yeah, and Charles Barkley in Power Slap.
Hey,
dude,
that needs to
Shaquille O'Neal
happen.
will fucking destroy Charles Barkley.
No, they should do. Or what is Charles Barkley has beef with Stephen A. Smith. Book that shit.
Oh,
Power
I
slap.
would love,
Let's
I
go.
would
Book it.
love
Oh
that.
my God, dude!
Oh, Charles
Stephen
would
A.
slap the
Smith would
fuck
fly
out of
off
Stephen
the
A.
damn
Smith. Are you kidding
podium.
me? Charles would fuck him
It,
up,
super
Just
necessary, but
oh
slap
yeah,
that's
him off
another.
the podium, dude.
right?
Yeah, that's
Fuck, I
another
hate Stephen A.
sport
Smith.
for another time, for another show, boys. No, I'm just kidding. Um,
There
the
you go.
the Rampage Jackson effect was in the building in Austin, and when are we ever going to see two back-to-back?
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the fuck, like, it's like, yeah, we may we
Bro.
may not ever see that ever again. Like once a year, like four all time, 4 or 5.
Mhm.
To
I think it was
I
happen on
think
a
4.
fight night, yeah, to happen
yeah,
on a fight night back to
Yeah,
back, and for Cody Brundage to say, "Hey, well, the last guy did it. Why can't I?"
Bro,
right?
man.
this event was an event where you could have made a ton of money.
Oh yeah,
Like a lot of the underdogs won. Veronica Hardy won. Jared Gooden
Mhm.
won. Let's see who else was an underdog. Cody Brundage won. He was on the verge of the chopping block, bro. He won.
Yeah,
Yep.
Misha Tate was an underdog and she
yeah,
won. Dustin Solfus was an underdog. He won. Who else? Yeah, Davison Figueiredo, he was an underdog. I mean, there was so many, like more than half the card, the underdogs won. So you
yeah.
could have made a lot of money. Unfortunately, I didn't. I bet the wrong way. I really wasn't paying attention to this card.
Yeah. No, my picks,
Last minute bets was stupid.
mine were
My
terrible as
typology
well.
was shit.
Likewise.
Okay.
I'm not making that mistake this week. We'll break it
Yeah.
down, and I think this is going to be lately, bro. The past couple cards, the underdogs have been hitting big. I think
Yeah,
we're going
they
to
have been.
continue to see that trend going into this
hmm
this next fight.
This
Yeah.
next
What was
weekend's
the
fight I'm more
well?
intrigued with.
But overall grade and like, was there? Oh, before that, we give your overall grade. What was the sandwich of the night fight? I mean,
I didn't have one.
I didn't have one.
rare, very
I
rare,
didn't.
right?
Even Veronica Hardy's fight, that was a good fight.
Honestly, if I had to give
So,
one, sandwich fight of the night, I'd have to be Guida and Silva.
Really?
and
Yeah,
if it was, I think if it was in the Apex, 1000%, that would have been sandwich of the night.
Yeah,
But it was in
Yeah.
Austin. People were screaming, yelling, Guida, and it was great, man. Because
Yeah, dude.
that's the
because
thing about those the Apex
the
shows. We lose
opener,
that.
the
Yeah,
opener Hardy versus Horth. I was expecting Horth to just destroy Hardy, but this is the second time I've slept on Hardy, and it's because they don't. She doesn't come out as Veronica Hardy. It's her other name, her maiden name that they put out there, and then last minute I realized, oh shit, this is Dan Hardy's wife, and this
yeah.
chick I underestimated her the last time, and I did it again this time.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna make that mistake next time she fights.
No, never again
yeah,
am I making that fucking mistake. Never
Yeah,
again.
bro.
So
yeah.
Yeah, dude. I
Yeah,
cannot give a sandwich of the night fight to any of these
no, that was a
fighters,
good
and
card.
I'm going
yeah.
to
Because
put this card at a 9.5.
Damn, nah, not that good for me.
9. I did say a
My
10 in the
typology was
chat,
shit,
but
so I give it an A.
I'm gonna say a 9.5.
Nah.
Yeah.
A because my typology was shit. I'm bitter. Fuck that.
7.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
dude, that's the six.
that's what I was gonna give it a 7, dude.
Nah.
Yeah, just because they had a live crowd. I mean, if it was in the Apex, man, like I don't know. I guess people were really like hating on that Sean Brady performance, but that's total domination. You gotta appreciate that shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah, dude, this
Him,
was good.
Ghost of
This was good, man.
Yamasaki was kind of nice touch though. I'll tell you that much.
man,
Yes,
that
it
was
was.
just.
Everybody
But as
loved
far
my
as that,
post.
as far as that being the worst
my
stoppage
my
ever, though,
post
no.
went viral, dude.
Nah, I don't think that was the
I
worst stoppage, bro. I didn't see
I
anything
think
of
the
it. I
worst.
mean, people, bro, honestly, people be complaining that if he stopped it sooner, they'd be like, oh, he should have given him a chance to fight. And I think that's what goes through these refs' head. Like, hey, should I give this guy a chance to fight? Um, it's the main event. You know what I'm saying? And if you go out on your feet, face first, I don't
Yeah,
know, man. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
some people think it's an easy call.
it's hard being a ref,
it's
honestly.
yeah, it's hard being a ref, bro. And You know, I wouldn't want that job, but maybe I
No.
would. I think it'd be pretty cool. But I didn't see anything
A
wrong with that
seat in the
stoppage.
house.
Yeah, I
Because, like
think
I said, bro, either way, you cut it. Somebody's gonna complain. They're gonna, oh, they stopped it too
Yeah,
soon. Oh, that was
Yeah.
too
No one's ever going to
early.
be happy with the
And,
it
refs.
was an early start.
and you know, the only one that's gonna be happy is me.
and in my opinion, though, the worst stoppage in recent times that I could think of is like the what is it, Shevchenko? Who did she beat the living shit out of that girl? Priscilla Cachoeira. That was a
Oh,
complete
God.
Yeah,
beatdown.
that was just brutal,
Dude,
bro.
Yeah, was
dude.
Yamasaki the ref then, or it was somebody bad though? I don't know if they're even still officiating,
It
but she
wasn't
nearly
Yamazaki.
like.
No,
No,
because
I'm just
didn't
saying.
Dana White said that he will never ref
I think
for the
so. I think
UFC
that was
ever
one of those
again
fights
after
where he
that
said
fight.
never again.
I don't think it was here in the States.
No,
Mm-mm.
I don't think it was.
That was
It was
almost like
overseas.
murder, like a near murder, death, kill situation
Right?
right there, close. So, but yeah,
That
I
was
did read a
Bobby Green.
comment
He was
that
fucked up.
a comment was hilarious that I did read. I wanted to add is somebody was saying that it was doing or Kerry Hatley was honoring Mario Yamasaki. It was his birthday. It wasn't his birthday, but like that's fucked up. You know what I mean? That's not cool. But yeah, but that should conclude UFC Austin, boys, and people
Yes.
listening. Like, yeah, it was a great card, a great fight night card at a stadium. Had it been at
Yep.
the Apex, I don't know, but we do have a fight card. We'll break down the end portion of the show that was supposed to be in China, but it's at the Apex. So, but moving on the show, there was an event that happened after this UFC show. Yeah, I want to get you guys' thoughts. It was
Well,
violent. We have a new king of violence, Mike Perry, Eddie Alvarez. Eddie, his credit to his team, Mark Henry and them, they threw in the towel. Like he looked like he got hit by a fucking bus, right?
dude, Mike
They
Perry
both
broke
did.
both his orbital eyeballs, dude. He
Hmm
broke both of them. Like it's
Orbital
shattered.
sockets,
They
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
look
not
like
his
shit.
eyeballs, bro.
His eyeballs are destroyed, dude. Look
Yeah,
Yeah, they
they
are.
both look like shit. So,
they are destroyed.
but obviously, this is the end for Eddie. You know what I mean? Like, I know he won that trilogy with Chandler, but I think this is the end for Eddie. Obviously, it has to be.
And you know what,
Could open
man?
up a restaurant.
Out of all the bare knuckle fighters, I think Mike Perry, this has been and should have been his calling since the beginning, because he's
Hmm
built for this type of fight. This is his, second round of whatever it is that he's got inside to be the what's the word? The pioneer of bare
Hmm.
knuckle fighting. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I mean, I know there's other fighters out there that are just as good, but I
But
think
look who
Mike
he's
Perry,
taken out
man.
recently: MVP,
Huh?
Yeah.
Rockhold,
That's what I'm
Alvarez. You know
saying.
what I mean? Like, those are names
Mike
that he's
Perry,
taken out.
Mike
Yep.
Perry is just one of those guys that when you mention bare knuckle fighting, that's probably going to be the first guy they're going to think of.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I think, well, people could say, oh yeah, he caught Luke Rockhold at the end of his career. He caught Eddie at the end of his career. Mark said, MVP, like he just keeps knocking him out, man, and he keeps calling
He's
his
the
shot too. So,
Boogerman now.
Yeah.
and I'm happy for him. I'm sure he's making pretty good money. I'm kind of wondering like what the payout was for Eddie Alvarez, because
So am
man,
I.
Jesus, man, he got fucking destroyed. He was actually in the fight, but like he meant that the BKFC is so brutal that like it happens so fast. The damage happens
Mhm.
quickly. You go back to your corner. You got like veteran legends like Mark Henry, and they're like, "We got to stop this shit." You know what I mean? And Eddie didn't
Mhm.
quit. It's not like Eddie just said, "That's it. I don't want no more, no mas." They threw the
Hmm.
towel in. And
Yeah.
Mike Perry's just tougher than a brick shit house, and you could hit him with a
Yeah.
fucking bat to the face. You know what I mean? And he'll still keep coming. But
Right.
I don't know if the Masvidal fight's proper. I kind of would like to see it. Like who
Well,
does
look who
Mike
he
Perry
called
fight
out.
next?
He called a
Look
Yeah,
Pettis.
who Mike Perry called out Pettis.
I like it.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
Ooh.
but we all know that Pettis is going to be fighting in that karate combat against Benzo. So
Yep.
let's see what
yeah,
happens after that fight. I mean,
yeah. And Anthony, yeah,
maybe Anthony Pettis wins just because he's more of the karate style type fighter than Henderson. So who
Mhm.
knows? Maybe he will say yes and let's do a bare knuckle fight. I mean, the payday's there.
Yeah.
yeah. I think because what's his
Maybe.
name? Pettis has got his own organization too.
Yeah, he
Likewise,
does.
this Jorge's got the same deal going with the Game Bread. So I'm wondering what they'll do if it'll be like a cross promotion
Maybe a
deal with
super
either
card.
one. Yeah, they'll build it up, and it may be a big time card in the UFC. I mean, in the 2024, like the same weekend as the UFC card or something like that. You know, what I mean, they'll try
Mm-hmm.
to compete with the UFC at some aspect. But yeah, I don't know, man. Mike Perry is the truth, man. The king of violence. They
Yes.
they officially crowned him that and gave him that
Yep.
belt that night. So uh, I don't know. I like the Masvidal fight. I think that fight happens. Pettis wouldn't not want that fight, but I think Masvidal happens, right, Rudy?
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. I think that'd be more enjoyable than a Pettis fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because other
For
than that,
sure.
who are you going to dial up? Like I heard the BKFC president say, Conor McGregor will pay you all the money to
Nah,
come fight Mike Perry. I don't think they got
He'll
the
go
money, but
bankrupt.
like, still, yeah, I
get
don't know.
Crazy Horse Charles Bennett.
Oh man,
Oh, dude,
No.
yeah,
he'll get destroyed, dude.
yeah.
To
Or
fight
Nate
Perry, if
Diaz,
he
right?
fights Perry, I don't know,
A wild
man.
card. Nate Diaz. I'm gonna
Yeah,
speak it
dude.
into existence. Nate versus Mike Perry, right? Fuck it.
Why
Oh
not?
Lord. That'd have to be a 10-rounder
Yeah,
for Nate.
Nate would he would get
Because Nate
beat for
wouldn't
like
start until
9
the fifth
straight
round. That's
rounds.
why.
Yeah,
Nate wouldn't
correct,
start
correct.
until the
You're
fifth fucking round, guys. So he's a 10-round fight,
yeah,
guys.
yeah. True, true. But yeah, BKFC. Mike Perry's the man to beat, and
Oh shit! It's that time, folks.
yes,
One
indeed.
Lizzo minute. No, we're not doing one Lizzo minute.
No,
No,
But
not one
we
Lizzo
are.
minute.
we are
But it
doing
is
the.
time.
Cue it up, Rudy.
What's the time for, boys?
It's
Outside
that
the
time
cage.
again.
Outside the cage.
Oh,
Inside the Cage News.
Yeah.
Again.
Yep. And honestly, we haven't done a show. It seems like a month, like Mark said, but since we last done a show, like outside the cage news has become the news, right? Like,
It's been funny.
This is the part of the show where we make fun of Mark's hair. Take off your hat. Damn. he
can
looked
I
like
shine
Answer
your head for
Pincher.
a nickel?
It's growing
yeah.
back. It's stubble now. Instead of shaved both the other
Oh.
days, but it's
How
stubble
long?
now.
How long you been on the chemo?
Fuck you. Dude, that's some hard shit, yo.
Oh man.
Wow.
But
That's some savagery right there, but that was a good one.
but like I was saying though, we've ventured into we've been talking about it since I mean we're about to end 2023, but we said it as 2023 began that there's so much drama to stuff like
Oh,
outside the
dude.
cage news is more like people are into it. It doesn't matter what happens in the cage, what the outcome is of the fights. It's all about the drama.
What's up,
It's all
Craig?
about the bullshit, the clout. But we'll get to that in a second. I do want to start off with mentioning that we do have Tough 32 is officially announced for March.
Yep.
145ers and 185s. Well, it's
Ooh.
pyramids
Go to
at this point,
Go to
right?
fightbookmma.com and you can find out who's the coaches.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, and I think our boy Robert Trujillo, the slap fighter, I think in fact he will be on Tough 32 as a 145er as well. So, yeah. But that's good to hear because that's tough. A lot of
Mhm.
champions, legends came about. So every season of Tough, I'm tuned in. Like Dana White Contender Series, there is some superstars that come from there, but it's Tough's always been a good deal, and hopefully they don't. It's a shit show. So
It's had its bad seasons though as well. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's had its bad season.
but it's happening. But that's what you mentioned, and that's why 297 Canada up to 5.
You're kind of breaking up.
Yeah. Product Robo Dave.
Yeah, Robo
What?
Dave.
You guys hear me?
All right, David. Now you can talk.
Yeah,
you're
now we
good.
can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry. Jan Blachowicz is out against Alexander Rocket, UFC 297.
Mm-hmm.
Who steps up? Who's stepping up on short notice? Well, somewhat short notice, but that's a big card, big drop off. Say they don't actually get a replacement opponent. They say Yuri. Yuri said he wants to
John
fight, but
Jones.
who steps up, Rudy?
Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah,
Volkanovski,
Volks.
bro. Volkanovski.
Oh, dude, that'd be dope.
Yeah, speaking of Volk, bro, every time I play the UFC 5 game and I see his face, he just looks so sad and depressed. Like,
Because he lost his last fight.
no, I mean, this was before he lost his last fight, and he was just talking about how depressed he is, and and just every time I see it, that's how I'm reminded of how depressed he is, and I don't like it.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, I don't like it either. That's Volk is a goat, pound for pound goat until proven otherwise.
Mhm.
Yeah. But speaking, well, from a goat to a former goat, I guess you could say, who owns a restaurant, Mr. Tito Ortiz. Apparently,
Dude,
Tito Ortiz's restaurant flagged like what 3 different.
isn't it
What was
9 times, 9 violations or some shit?
Oh
What
no.
the fuck,
What
dude? You
what do they
just
find?
opened.
What are the
You just
violations?
opened your restaurant, and 6 months down, you're already getting like 3, 5 violations. Like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, Rudy,
Nice.
cue it up because I mean,
I'm looking, dude.
bar rescue Tito Ortiz's bar, right? Or what is
Oh,
it?
dude,
Right?
that
Bar
bar,
rescue that shit.
bro. If that bar rescue
Taffer
guy
would fuck
goes
him
and
up.
shows up, Tito Ortiz would be like, "Oh, he'll
Taffer
turn
would fuck his shit
red."
up.
Yeah, he would. You don't give a shit, bro. You tell him straight up, you're a fucking cocksucker and you suck ass.
That's hilarious. So I mean,
Tito Ortiz wouldn't be able to do shit.
It sounds like a little
No,
hater
because
ass
he'd be
bitch,
sued in a
bro.
heartbeat. Taffer would have a whole handful of lawyers waiting to sue his ass. It's like, touch me and I'll sue your ass, bitch.
Right?
Are you kidding me?
what does it state though, Rudy, as the
Taffer's for the money.
violations? Because
I'm looking.
Guarantee one is roaches. I guarantee it. One is roaches.
What's up, Matthew?
Okay, so
or
let's see. I see
cold
'em here.
holding or something. Yeah.
Cock holding. Okay, so the
Oh my god.
I'll show it so you guys can see it. Let's see. Let me share my screen. Yeah, so basic bathroom located inside establishment, not completely enclosed with a tight fitting, self-closing door, employee restroom.
Wait, so
Cloth
basically,
used
someone
as
can see you taking a shit?
I don't know, bro. Cloth used as a food contact surface with peppers and onions. Operator remove cloth. I don't know about that. High priority dish machine, chlorine sanitizer not proper, minimum strength. Okay. Raw animal foods are not properly separated from each other and holding. That's pretty
Oh.
bad.
That's
Toxic
gross.
substance, chemical, and properly stored by clean plates. I don't know about that one. The food thing, I don't know, bro. No, that seems like, egregious. It's just stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
It shows he's never run a restaurant, right? Got shit
Right.
to work on.
Or what are the chances that like Dana White sent someone over there that he knows to like flag him for all these violations? Is like fuck Tito, shutting him down.
Yeah.
Fuck
I read
hell,
on
bitch.
another article that it was some dude who reported it, and then he went
Okay.
and started doing reviews, like giving it bad reviews. What was it? He says, I don't care if it's Tito Ortiz. If you can't fill the cupboards and coolers with food supplies, you have no business being in the restaurant business. His T-Mac tacos was awful. Like, bro, shut up. Sound like a little
Uh,
bitch.
Hmm.
yeah, that's definitely outside the cage news, and that's why I said that's my pyramid take. That that person that did report those violations or so was sent and paid for. Bought and
This sounds
paid for.
pretty good, bro. He says the unpleasant surprise continued with the food comprising a smashed hamburger bun with scanty mystery meat, onion, lettuce, and copycat Big Mac sauce. The dish fell short of expectations. Additionally, issues with missing side dishes like rice and poorly received beans further added to the diner's discontent. This diner sounds like a little bitch.
I think that's Rudy. I think it's grounds to cue up the song you need to hear. We haven't heard it since Thanksgiving, so
Yeah, I'm gonna say hell no to this bastard.
Hell to the no, hell to the no,
Kiss my ass.
to the no.
Kiss my grits.
Kiss my grits.
well, from one former UFC champion at 205 to a 205 current champion who was recently stripped. We know the drama's continuing. People were commenting about it. Jamal Hill apparently had like a fight with his brother. And I mean, yeah, people are all over this commenting like, first, do we care? And it's like, fuck, man,
No.
like
Brothers
Jesus,
fight.
like
Fuck off. Leave them alone.
man, like I don't know, Rudy, what happened?
Oh, I don't know what happened with the fight with his brother.
Well, apparently sucker punched him, and like I don't know if like a officer, like a cop, went out, and like they have to like arrest somebody. Like in certain states, like there's a domestic
Oh my
dispute,
god.
then they
Yeah,
have to like they're like we don't know what the
It's a
fuck happened, but
fucking
we go
brotherly love
yeah.
fight, dude. Like all brothers
nah,
fight.
yeah.
All brothers
Tell
throw
that
down,
to the cops,
bro.
bro. That I've been arrested multiple times for fighting with my brother.
Not
Multiple
me.
times.
See?
Yeah, one time,
Not me.
well, actually, twice. No. One time we got sent to jail together, bro. And it was funny because we were in the holding cells talking shit to each other. Um, like we were just mad shit, you know. He was in one holding cell and I was in the other. And there were these other two brothers that we grew up with that would always fight. They were arrested too for fighting, bro, on the same night. It was insane, bro. And we hadn't seen these guys like since we were kids. It was crazy. It's like, what are the
See,
odds, man?
somehow
What are
we
the odds of that?
see what are the odds of us being in the outside the cage news portion of the show and Rudy's telling an inside the cage story.
Bro,
I know,
So
right?
look, I went to jail once over a blizzard, okay? My
The
Oh
brother
yeah,
fuck?
I
was,
remember that.
yeah, I went to jail over a blizzard. He came home. He just got out of the Marine Corps, bro, and he came home and my
For that
girlfriend was there.
story, bro.
And he's like, he kicked down my door and he's like, "What'd you do with my blizzard?" I was like, "What are you fucking talking about, bro? I just got home from work." And he's like, "What'd you do with my blizzard?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know what you're fucking talking about." And then he started getting all in my face, so we started throwing down, and my ex-girlfriend got all freaked out and she called the cops. And then the cops got there and saw me all pissed off, so they fucking mace my ass and take me down and arrest me. And yeah, I went to jail, and then
Yeah.
my dad gets home and tells my brother, like, "What are you talking about, bro? That blizzard that was in the freezer behind the ice, I ate that shit. Like, your
man.
brother went to jail for nothing. It was so stupid, bro. I always went to jail. I fought with my brother all the time, bro. I stabbed that dude in the hand one time.
See, it
He
has to
was an
be something
asshole.
like that though with Jamal Hill. Like, it was sort of like it's his business. Of course, he can't talk about it, till whatever it settles. But what a fucking shit show of like storm of people talking about it like they know or whatever. But yeah, you Rudy sharing your story of like your brother. I think Michael Bisping on his podcast said the same thing. Like him and his brothers would beat the living shit out of each other for
Now, check this
Christmas,
one out, bro.
Thanksgiving.
Now this is some stupid hood shit. The alleged dispute stemmed from an argument over whether or not Hill's sister-in-law was to be paid $300 for cleaning Hill's vacant home. The
What?
dispute eventually transitioned into other more personal subject matter, according to the report. As Hill's brother called Hill out for not texting his own daughter on Thanksgiving and being disrespectful to women.
Oh shit.
That's when a shirtless Hill allegedly sucker punched his brother twice in the face. That's not cool. Allegedly, while also shoving a female
Yeah,
witness. Hill's brother claimed both punches knocked him down, with second one leaving him dazed. Well, yeah, bro.
yeah,
Well,
that's the
no
fucking
shit.
champ. Yeah,
It
yeah.
sounds like his brother was being a little bitch and wanted $300 because his woman cleaned his fucking house. Like, chill, bro.
Like you heard it here first, sitting ringside. Rudy
That's
Lara
some weird
telling
ass
us.
shit. Weird
Yep.
ass shit. You to fight because your brother hasn't paid your wife for cleaning his house. Why is your wife cleaning your brother's house to begin with?
Yeah, why couldn't you
That's just
clean your own
weird.
damn
Sounds like a
house?
weird movie thing.
Or fucking call Mary Maids.
I don't know, man.
Outside the fucking cage of news, boys. But there's more, and it has to do
Yeah.
with Grand Theft Auto 6. The trailer, apparently, Sean fucking Strickland and Nina Drama are in the game, right? Rudy, you've seen the trailer. Like, I don't know
Oh
if
yeah.
Rob, you've seen it.
Yeah.
They're fans of,
I've
they
seen it.
obviously are fans of Sean Strickland, the Rockstar
Mm.
games and GTA. So, congrats to Sean Strickland. Hopefully, he's in fact an unlockable fucking character in that game, right?
Legit, bro. I hope so.
That'd be
But
awesome.
he
Yeah, man.
also Yeah, no, he
I
also
mean
had an
that's
interaction.
the only thing that kind of gets me to want to play it. I'm kind of tired of the whole let's make a strong female character as a main character for every movie and show and video game. It's getting kind of old, man. A lot of these shows are flopping. Like the Marvels flopped hard, bro. The biggest
Mm,
box office failure for Disney, and it's hilarious
mm,
because that's what. You know what? We can just one up having one female character. We're gonna have three, and we're gonna make them diverse. It's like it's so
Mm,
stupid, bro. I'm tired of that shit.
mm.
yeah, that's
But
that's why I'm wondering. Yeah,
I don't know
go ahead.
what teenager in the right mind is thinking to himself. Hey, you know what? I want to be as a video game character. I want to be some disabled single mother in prison. That's what I want to be. That's who the
See,
main
that's what I'm
character
wondering.
is, bro.
Yeah, see, like going forward, the game is not going to be released till 2024 or 2025, right? Really. So I'm wondering if they're going to
Yeah.
take out like tons of shit. People are offended because the last game that came out, GTA, has legit shit right there. So this one, I have a feeling they're going to go that route where shit, a lot of things, right?
Yeah, man. I hope they didn't destroy this franchise. I
Hopefully
mean, I'm
not. I'm
still
just
gonna
don't.
play
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
and I'll give it a
yeah,
Yeah.
chance, because there's a lot of good games with female characters.
Mhm.
Tommy D was asking me that. He's like, "Well, don't you like Tomb Raider?" I'm like, "Yeah, Tomb Raider's cool because that character is believable, and she was
Mm.
fun to play that character." They
yeah,
built the story around her, and then like these movies, they don't even put any thought into it, bro. It's so fucking, and you could tell they don't put any thought in any of this shit. I'm sure GTA, the creators, they know what they're doing. I'm
yeah.
sure it's gonna be a great game, regardless of what it is.
You know,
But
you
just
know,
people
it's
get
been
tired of that shit, bro.
yeah. Is there a game for that movie Colombiana?
Colombiana,
Oh, bro, you gotta watch that movie.
no.
Okay,
But the
I'm
game is
recommending
based
it.
in Miami. It's like that's where the setting is. It's like Miami. It's huge as fuck. So you never know. You might have Colby Covington and Masvidal unlockable characters, right? So
Right? Fight at the
we'll see.
steakhouse.
Yeah, the steakhouse reenactment. You never know. So, but speaking on the topic of John Strickland had a run-in with Ian Gary at the UFC PI. John Strickland's been going off. I don't know how many times he's
Yeah,
been
we
banned from
haven't had a chance to
Instagram.
talk about it because we've been offline, but since we've been gone, he Sean Strickland brought up the fact that Ian Gary's ex-wife's husband lives with them, and he was just questioning his manhood, you know, um,
Yeah,
and he didn't like it. A lot of people were attacking Sean Strickland for saying even his good friend longtime training partner Chris Curtis, dude. He was I don't know, man. He deleted his Twitter account because he got roasted, bro. He got roasted for defending Ian Gary. And you know what, man?
Wow.
People talking shit. I'm just like, you know what? Ian Gary went after Neil Magny. Neil Magny doesn't have a bad bone in his body. And
No, he does not.
you brought Neil Magny's family into this, his kids into this shit. And you sit there and have the nerve to complain and say you're gonna sue a motherfucker for talking shit. I don't know, bro. Sounds like a
yeah,
bitch move to me.
yeah,
He's
and I
mad
think that's
because everyone
a lot of
knows
people.
he's a cuck. That's why.
No, but that's
That's
why
why he's pissed
people
off.
don't like it because he's instigating some shit, and then he's like you said, I'm gonna sue, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. There's a lot of just that shit going on. But for him to have the
Bro,
reputation that he does, being kicked out of gyms, at like these cameras on his face, he's
Hmm.
looking for shit.
Right?
Professional trained killers, you know what I mean? It's like you do your
Mhm.
Mm.
but he's gonna fight. This sort of crushing career. Guy has to win next week. He has to win, otherwise, like he's in a bad
Oh, if he loses,
position.
bro,
that's
you
gonna
you,
drop
you
him
could
down.
tell that stuff really bothers him, bro. And what he should have done is just said, just laughed at it, like, you think I care what anybody says about my relationship? I don't. That's it. Nobody
Yep.
would even say anything. They'd be like, well, okay. I guess this guy doesn't care. I guess we can't make fun of him. People only make fun of you
Yeah,
because they
true.
know it
Yeah,
bothers you.
that's goddamn true. 100% truth,
It's
and it
true.
became some soap opera. Like it just became just like people didn't even fight and about Gary and his wife and her fucking ex-husband, whatever.
Yeah,
Nobody,
ex-husband my ass.
yeah, well, we'll see. All I know is all we know, and people listen to the show is we care about Gary competing in that cage. The guy is a fucking talented.
Yes.
He's got a big fight against a proven veteran, and he's got to win, man. Like he's got to go in there and
Yeah,
and win big. And then whatever, change up the shit that he's been saying I'm suing this guy, whatever. Go in there, handle your business. May in fact be a future champ somewhere along down the road, right? So
yeah.
Maybe.
Just stop being cringy. Come on.
Yeah,
Fuck.
but we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
liked Ian Gary when he wasn't trying to be Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
And there can only be one.
The wannabe Connor thing is just too much now. I can't with him. It makes me want to see him lose, to be honest.
Yeah,
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
McGregor any sparring. And Connor's back. Connor's in there. Up with seen him in sparring with Ian Gary, right? Not long ago. So the Conor McGregor sweepstakes, Rob. Who fucking wins the Conor McGregor sweepstakes and finally fights him at 300? It's not Michael Chandler. It's not happening, right?
No?
No. Fucking give him Nate Diaz, bro.
I think it's gonna be Nate Diaz versus Conor.
George St. Pierre.
That's the only super fight. Can you guys hear me?
Give him Nate Diaz. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
dude,
man.
That was the Nate trilogy.
the Nate trilogy, bro.
Yeah.
Dana White's been teasing a super fight. And my thought was, my first thought was Adesanya versus Pereira at light heavyweight. Because they leaked a poster of UFC 300 that had Adesanya on it, and Adesanya commented on that. So it's like, I don't know, man. That might be the super fight, but Conor versus Nate, dude, that would make a lot of money, man.
Yep.
Yeah,
Connor's a
that's why
businessman.
Conor.
He knows, dude. He doesn't have a lot of options. I mean, is he gonna make another run at the title? No.
Yeah.
No.
Michael Chandler is
And
likely not going to make. He might not make a run at the title either. Like that's the fight that, I mean, he signed on a contract where, you know how these UFC contracts are. Like if it's set in stone and like that he's gonna get the fight, only he knows that. He's been doing a lot of media lately to like remind people, hey, I'm Michael Chandler. Don't forget, I'm supposed to fight Conor, but supposed to fight Conor. We don't fucking know. I don't have it.
Did you see that that video of him and Ric Flair?
Oh yeah, I've seen that too. I mean, Michael Chandler's kind of like a Ric Flair character, right? In the MMA world, right?
It was weird, bro. I'm trying to find it. It was weird. Oh yeah. Look, you guys want to see it? It's not very long. It's just have you seen it, Rob?
No.
Look, I'm gonna show it to you. Look at this.
And you made what should have been a 5-hour day.
I don't do what you do. You've been
I
doing
don't
this
give
for
a
60
shit.
years.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, but you've been doing it.
52. Don't overdate me, pal.
But you've been doing it.
I don't give a shit.
In your face. I don't do lines, Rick.
Well, then the car shoe shouldn't have you there. You bunch of bullshit.
Okay, I get it. You've done the thing.
You're a
fucking. You're
yes,
I'm not as good as you. I don't.
I know you're not. I fucking know
But it
good.
doesn't. I apologize. You in the locker room, and it wasn't.
Well, I'm poking you now. What do you think about it?
No, it was good.
Move my hand. Move my hand.
No,
move my fucking hand.
You're a legend.
No,
I'm not afraid of shit. No,
I'm not afraid of you.
Actually, you are a cocky old man who just passed his prime, and you keep on doing your thing.
That's weird.
5-0.
Man.
Him, dude.
Look. This is even weirder.
Dude.
You're right.
That's fucking staged.
Wow.
I like it.
You gotta love Ric
like
Flair is my hero.
Ric
He's
Flair's
on the
probably
heroes
dead
list.
after that, to be honest.
Yeah,
Were
crazy.
What were they? They weren't promoting anything, right?
I don't know,
Nah,
bro. That's just some
unless
weird random video that popped up.
Oh, okay.
unless
Because I
it's
know
like
Michael
Ric Flair's
Chandler.
energy drink.
Oh
Well,
God, don't
Chandler
even
partnered
get me.
with Hiatus Tequila, so they're
That's
at a
right.
bar. So I don't know if maybe it had something to do with the partnership there.
Possibly.
Probably.
See, so we got Michael Chandler fighting Ric Flair in a bar, Connor fucking not fighting, and yeah, the saga continues. We shall see what's next, right?
Oh my
That's awesome, dude.
God.
But speaking of fights that aren't happening, Stipe Miocic and John Jones is not happening, guys. Not happening. Not a lot of people really care. Like I heard Luke Thomas had an amazing take on it. He does a show, I believe on Thursdays, but he's not interested in the fight. Rudy, we've been wanting this fight for like 5 years on this show. I don't know what the fuck. Like I don't even think like UFC 300 is proper to have Stipe and John Jones at this point, right? Like
Didn't I say that John Jones was never going to fight in this year, and everybody thought that he was, and I kept saying no. John
uh,
Jones is not fighting this year.
Nah, I said I won't believe it till I see it. I was
yeah,
hopeful, but
I just had a feeling that he was not going to fight this year.
yeah,
If
because
he's going
see
to
the
fight at
weird
300, he shouldn't. He shouldn't fight at 300.
Yeah, I think if they do want to get it or make it happen, it's got to be like International Fight Week because, like, at the moment, it's sort of strange territory because you got Tom Aspinall where they straight up told him you're not fighting Steve, like the whole title is you have to have
Yeah.
a unify. So, like, what are they going to do? Just have the fucking UFC title on ice for like 2 years
Well,
and
they
that's
have
somebody.
had the interim title defended before, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's rare
So
though. But I mean, at this point in history, where John Jones is the GOAT, Stipe is the heavyweight GOAT, they really don't need a title to fight each other, right? It doesn't have to be for the
no.
heavyweight championship. They could make Aspinall the outright champion, have him fight Jay Almeida because Aspinall is like one of the guys he should be fighting the John Jones. He should be lined up to fight Stipe or somebody right now to defend the belt, and I think he probably will fight at UFC 300. My opinion.
Yeah.
Just not, not against John Jones because I don't think he'll be ready. And last time we was limping around, right, Rudy, at the what
yeah.
UFC card did he appear? So I don't know. That's a 41-year-old Stipe, been out for a while, didn't look good against Francis. He got destroyed. Jones, goes in there and just fucking. Didn't he beat Cyril Gane in like 5 seconds? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the heavyweight division,
Yeah.
Rob. Shit show, right? So,
Shit show.
It's kind of
but
in disarray. Kinda.
but who would you guys
Fucking
take in
bring
Jason Almeida and Aspinall? Who would you guys take?
Aspinall.
Aspinall.
That's a good one. I'm wondering if they'll dial it up though for a 300 card, and then Stipe and Jones could fight for. That's just the legacy fight that they want. Like John Jones is going to go out on his terms, and that's the fight they want. They will, in fact, they will make that fight. But for Aspinall to not be like lined up to fight either of them, it's weird. It's very strange. I don't know what's going on with that,
Yeah.
but yeah. But that's the heavyweight division current state. Not a good state, but UFC 300 all the answers will be on display there. And I don't know if it's I don't know Conor McGregor. That's still because I mean we'll get to fight bookings right now because I know they booked fights all leading all the way up to till March. So UFC 300 will happen in April. And the latest fight bookings we heard, Rob, I know the UFC Mexico card, we've heard about Brandon Moreno, Albazi. That's not the main event. Is Brian Ortega, Yair Rodriguez too the main event, or do you know about the venue?
I think that's going to be the main event, and they're going to have Moreno as the co-main.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we've mentioned it on the show that they need to do like a arena or like if
Oh,
you
dude.
know what I mean. Like, yeah. Because at the moment have because Shevchenko too, the rematch or the trilogy that might in fact be added to that card. I don't know if it's too soon, but I think that's another fight that's going to be added to 300 as well.
I mean, why not? Why not make that trilogy on that card?
Mexico or 300, either one. But yeah,
Yeah, but it would have been awesome though. It would be good if to have it in Mexico and have all the three
Yeah.
champs defending their belt.
Yeah, because having Yair Moreno, of course, Moreno's a standby for next week's flyweight championship bout too as well. So, but yeah, that
Oh, is he?
UFC Mexico card, yeah, oh yeah, and that card is building up nicely though. That's what I was looking at as far out as they book fights. We know Bryce Mitchell is slated to fight Josh Emmett.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of that matchup though? Like Bryce Mitchell stepping up pretty confident of Josh Emmett right at this point.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a tough fight for Bryce. A really tough fight. You know, Josh Emmett isn't that dude. Ain't no slouch, bro. Definitely ain't no slouch. Probably one of the hardest tests for Bryce at this point. That's gonna be a good fight, interesting fight, man. But yeah, I don't know, man.
But
If I
we
had to
all
pick,
know
if
after
I
the
had to
fight.
pick,
Bryce,
I would go with Bryce Mitchell.
But we all know after the fight, Bryce Mitchell's gonna pray at the end with Josh Emmett holding his
And
Bible,
that's what I want to see.
and that's what we're
I
gonna
want to
see.
see I want to see him beat him down for the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in between rounds, Bryce Mitchell puts his hand on top of the Bible and prays while the cut man works on his face.
we're getting all that flat Earth, ice wall, you name it. So happy
Yeah,
that they did find an
everything.
opponent for Josh Emmett because that was kind of shitty. That with that injury that happened to what Giga Chikaze had a groin injury or like he fucking tore his nutsack or something, right? And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, shitty. But I like the fight. Bryce and Emmett is definitely a better fight than Giga though, in my opinion. So, but moving on with fight bookings, the leaked fight that is official, it's there. The UFC did in fact sign Michael Venom Page. I know in fact 100% that's
Mm-hmm.
true. UFC
Yep.
298, he's fighting Kevin Holland. That is a fight that's happening. So
Here
Venom
we go,
Page.
folks.
leaked,
Venom Page is going to murk Kevin Holland.
man. I don't. That's a good fight, man. That's like very
It is a good
necessary.
fight.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. I mean, Kevin Holland is
Didn't say he
pretty.
murked him.
It's gonna
Kevin
be.
Holland's
Oh
doing pretty
man,
good, but I mean, it is against Anthony.
it should be a five
Venom
rounder to
Page.
be
So
honest, because it's. I don't know how. Like I can see that fight going all 5 rounds, just back and forth the whole time. To be honest, with how good they are,
yeah, it could be.
but I can also see it ending in like
It'll probably
that.
end in a split.
Oh, probably.
It's a crazy fight though. It's necessary, and I like that. UFC signing. I know that the PFL tour.
Mm-hmm.
So
Whoa.
that press conference for Austin, you know what I mean? He didn't like questions asked. If he was like, "Oh, we're all," them being a competitor. We know the UFC is the top-notch organization, and I know Dana White wanted to sign a lot of them guys, and now PFL does have pretty legit roster, right? Like minus Michael Venom Page. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but moving on to fight
But
bookings,
you know what,
though,
man? It's good.
Oh, yeah. But Anthony Hernandez is also slated to fight Ikram Ilaskirov, UFC 298. That's a legit fight. Ilaskirov's a straight killer. I know my man Marcel, Big Marcel, loves Ilaskirov. That's his boy. So against Fluffy Hernandez, a legit matchup. UFC 299. The UFC's booked out to UFC 299. So the next step would be, hearing about the McGregors, the Rousey supposed fight. 299 added Jack Della Metal over Burns. That's fire right there at welterweight.
Burns all day, baby.
That's a hell of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the UFC card, or actually they did add Macy Barber and Kaylin Chukagian.
Yep.
On 299, so that's super legit.
Okay.
The Saudi card, we don't know. It's kind of weird because the Saudi card is just before UFC 300. They have Mokaev booked against Alex Perez. We know probably, in fact, are building up. And I mean, it's kind of slim pickings too as far as availability for fighters, but they got to get the Chimaevs on there. They got, so we're getting close, boys, to 300. So, but I like that Mokaev Alex Perez fight. That is fucking legit too, right there. So, and they added Kyler Phillips and Pedro Munoz. That's also fire as well too. So, the young Punisher. Anytime he's fighting, I'm tuning in. So, But is there, Mark? You didn't have any outside the cage news? Anything you guys want to add before we get to?
Yeah, yeah. A random fight outside the cage news. Local fighter Xavier Spartacus Nash will be taking on Julian Lane, aka Let Me Bang Bro, at the Cage Thunder 25 event on December 16th at the Canton Civic Center in Canton, Ohio. What the fuck? I didn't know he was still fighting even.
I heard it from you. I had no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. That's
Anything?
it's pretty interesting.
Well, I guess that's the main form, but I don't know.
Well,
Probably gonna be a win. Like, no offense, Julian, but yeah, it's gonna be a bad night for you, bud.
Man, it's crazy. He's still out there.
yeah.
But before we get to UFC Vegas, though, Rudy, you need to cue it up, or I could read the story. Apparently, we might all be doomed. There's a fucking massive,
What?
massive black hole that's in the middle of the sun. You guys heard about it?
Yeah, man. It's what
No.
60 some moon. I mean Earths that
Yeah.
can fit in there. Or
A
something like
gigantic hole just opened up in the sun. A massive hole opened up in the sun's atmosphere over the weekend, measuring more than 60 times the diameter of Earth across at its peak. Coronal holes like this one, imaged by NASA's Solar Dynamic Observatory, occur when the sun's magnetic field suddenly allows a huge stream of stars' upper atmosphere to pour out in the form of solar wind, and it's pointed right at us. So I don't know what that means, bro, but
that means once that solar flare hits Earth, there could
We're
be
all
a
dead.
massive blackout for like
we're
2 to
dead.
3 days. Massive
So that means-
blackout to the
It's all
entire
over.
planet Earth, bro.
It's all over,
that-
folks.
Dude,
that
could you
means-
imagine if that hole gets any bigger and it just fucking destroys the sun? We're dead. We are legit dead.
I think people are gonna lose their shit if
Bro, it can't be
TikTok
any
shut
bigger
for like 4
hours. Can't be any bigger than Lizzo's
Man,
asshole.
fuck TikTok.
No, apparently the fucking doomsday scenario from the Fifth Element might come true, is what I'm saying. And yeah, if people fucking lost out on social media for whatever 4 hours, 3 days, that's the end of humanity and Earth as we know it, right?
Dude,
Goodbye.
no
Right.
power to the entire Earth for like 2 to 3 days, bro. That's martial law. If we're talking about that, man, because people are gonna go fucking nuts.
So people will go nuts.
What are
Just take away TikTok.
what are the cops gonna do? What are they gonna do? They can't do shit.
I'll tell you what they're gonna do. They're gonna round us all up, throw us into camps, force us to take the mark,
Work on the
to
field.
buy and sell goods, and if you don't, then you work in a prison camp forever. And they'll use your children as leverage against you, and make sure they
Bro,
starve
I'd
you and
fucking
take your
go to the
land.
Sandias and hide in the caves over there.
Man, Rudy's
That's
right
the plan.
though. Rudy's definitely right and onto something there. Yeah. Not to be fucked with, you know?
Look,
So,
there's no sun. There's nothing here. We just
We're
can't
all
survive without a sun.
only
Yeah.
what do they say?
Over, folks.
It's over.
They need to find those stones already. I don't know who the fuck has them. Like Elon Musk has one, and they need to find the other two because we're gonna need the fifth element soon enough. You know, we're fucked. So
I hear Bezos has one, and Mark Zuckerberg has the other.
yeah, see, and then
Of course, Zuckerberg has one, that fucking prick.
they have to. Yeah, that's why. Like everybody wants all three, but that's the hard part. You got to get all three, and yeah, it might happen though soon. We
They'll
need
be
it.
the world
We need.
leaders.
Well, they already are, but yeah,
Well, I know that.
yeah.
Hey, what
say
about
that
what about
RoboCop.
this? Don't make me laugh, bro.
I
Oh.
fingered RoboCop.
Hey, okay, so are we gonna talk about these deers and cop chasing this pig?
Yeah. Actually,
Right?
it is the holiday time, so we don't have any news about bears. So we're going to talk about deer, reindeer, and starting with this topic, though, escaped reindeer from in England. Rui, I don't know if you have the story queued up, but a pair of reindeer named Blitzen and Blue were reunited with Santa Claus. They escaped a Christmas themed attraction in England. But
Yeah, a
there's the
pair
story.
of reindeer named Blitzen and Blue were reunited with Santa Claus after escaping from a Christmas-themed attraction in England. Majestic Reindeer, which owns the animals, said the animal duo escaped from Santa's Grotto event at the Elvedon Estate Farm in Suffolk. Man, that's horrible.
What's
I'm
funny
glad
part
they were
about it?
reunited.
Yeah, the best part about it says the two deer. What does it say? Oh, they managed to give police the slip, and then on the roadway it was reopened after 3 hours. So thank goodness they got them back to Santa Claus. It's holiday
They did.
time. Santa,
3 hour fucking police chase.
Santa can't be without all his reindeer. Like, come on! Shout out to
No.
them cops in England for getting those deer back to where they need to be to Santa. So,
Yes. Yeah. We need
But-
those fucking presents.
but that's not
Right?
the only news about deer. Apparently, yeah, it's that time of year. Well, deer have been acting up lately. It's like it went from bears to deer, but apparently a deer broke into a school and led cops on a fucking chase in a school.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it's that time of year, like deer are just, they're doing their thing and they're breaking into schools, going into Sam's Club and
Oh, you got the video? Oh my
Oh,
god.
there
There
it
it
damn,
is.
bro.
Look at
I
that,
heard, dude, I heard he was yelling, "Black Lives Matter."
Oh my god.
Is that a video? Oh hell yeah. Put that shit on,
Yeah.
dude.
and it's in
Writing.
Tommy D's. Yeah, Tommy D. It's in your neck of the
Whoa.
woods. It's at Tom's
Oh,
River
look at that.
Police, right?
Look at that. Yeah,
Is
that
it playing?
audio is loud. Yeah, it's playing.
Why can't I see it on the screen that you shared?
Really?
Yeah, it's not playing.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, I see why. I want to share this other screen. It opened up Instagram. That's why. Look at that deer, bro.
Dude.
They roped him. They put a rope around his neck
Oh shit.
and they let him go. Ah, that's good. They let him go.
Yeah. It's not the deer's fault that it landed in the store. Or the
Actually, it is.
yeah, the school.
Incident, like
You sound like RoboCop.
I fingered RoboCop.
Sounds like Stephen Hawking.
I fingered RoboCop.
Fuck off.
Yeah, David's connection. We'll be right back, folks. Talk, David.
you
Talk.
guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
And now he's gone.
And now he's gone. So you want to break down this this next event?
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. Deer runs through Sam's Club, and then a cop chases a pig named Albert Einswine in New Jersey.
That's some hilarious shit.
What's going on with the animal, dude?
Like seriously, what the hell is going on, these
It's just
guys?
that you're paying.
Like, come
Nothing's going on.
on.
It's just that you're paying attention now. It's always been happening, folks.
That is true. That is true. UFC Fight Night.
And I like
Song
what you're
versus
saying these days too.
Song versus Gutierrez happening this weekend. It is somewhat of an early start. It's going to be at 5.
I kind of like this poster, man. I'm gonna
You know
give
what,
it
dude? The poster,
Actually, yeah,
the
it's-
poster
I
looks
like it.
really good, man. I like it. It has
I'm giving it an 8.
the Korean feel.
Mhm.
I'm giving it an 8.
Yep, same here. I'm
Yeah.
giving it an 8. It's
The
really
Korean
good.
feel.
Right.
Yeah, man, I like it. It's really good. This is going to be live on ESPN Plus, so don't miss out. And if you can watch it on ESPN Plus or UFC Fight Pass,
You're
Let me
not a
know.
real fight fan.
I'll hook you up. You're not real like that. Oh man, what time is it? All right, let's run through the main card real quick here, guys. Let's start off at the Let's see who's starting the main card.
Well, I'm just gonna right off the bat say this event is there's gonna be a lot of underdogs winning on this fight.
Oh
card.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh
A
yeah, for
lot.
sure, man. For sure. All right. Starting off the main card, we have Andre Muniz versus Jong Yong Park. This is gonna be a good fight, man.
Iron Turtle.
It's gonna be a good
The
fight.
Iron Turtle is gonna win
The
again.
Iron Turtle is going to win, bro.
Yeah, I think
No
so
doubt
too.
about it. It could be by another submission because that's what he's good at. The rear naked chokes. The last 3 fights, that's what he won was through rear naked chokes. And I think we're gonna see another one against Andre Muniz. I mean, he lost his last 2 fights. But guess what? His first loss was by a rear naked choke, and his last one was by ground and pound. So,
Whoa.
whoa, why do we have an echo now?
I don't know. Mark.
Uh-oh. Oh, don't tell me. Do I have to back up? Do I have to back
You
up and
see
come
David
back?
now. I don't know. The echo's gone. Nope. Now?
Okay.
Yeah, it's
No,
Mark.
that was Mark.
It was
All
Mark.
right, D. So we started off with the Andre Muniz versus Junior Park. We actually gave the fight poster a 9. It's
I give it an
actually
8.
done an 8. Okay, I'm giving it a 9. I like it. It went from an 8 to a 9. I like it.
I give it a 1.
Yeah, it was too Korean-y for you. That's what Roberto said. It was very Korean-y.
It's very Korean. Who do you got as far as the Muniz and Park fight?
Oh, you guys are already on the main card.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Roberto
Skip the
wanted to
prelims.
just jump through it.
Okay, yeah, no, Park, I picked against him plenty of times, and he's usually ruining my tapology. Since then, I've had a good track record of picking his fights correctly. So yeah, it's a good fight to kick the card off because we know what Muniz is going to do. He's probably the best grappler that Park has fought, but Park has fought some tough bastards, man, at that weight class.
Mhm.
So him being the what is it, minus 170 favorite though, right, Rudy? That's what it's showing on UFC.
Um, Jungyoung Park is a minus 220 favorite right now. Plus 180 underdog
Okay.
Andre Muniz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the grappling advantage for sure to the Iron Turtle. He's on quite a streak too. I think he's got like 4 fights win streak, correct? So the guy's super durable. I don't know. Muniz is kind of fuck, man. 2 loss streak to some killers. I don't know. It's a tough fight for him. I'm gonna pick Park for by decision though.
Yep.
Nah, I'm going
I
Park
got
submission.
Park
Second
submission,
round
bro.
submission.
Fuck yeah, same here.
Yeah, Iron Turtle. Not picking against him at all. Not anymore, at least. But he's been on a tear.
All
Iron
right.
Turtle number
Next up,
one.
Yeah,
But yeah, moving on to.
we
Sorry,
have
go ahead,
Kevin
Rudy.
We have Kevin Gastelum fighting again against Jamie Malarkey.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
Oh,
going
it's
with
two.
Nasrat
Jamie
Haqparast.
Malarkey.
Yeah, 2 fucking straight weeks with Calvin Gastelum fighting.
Yeah,
Man.
man, it's crazy. See if he makes weight
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I
but
mean, I like Hakparas, but he's kind of underwhelming. Most of his fights, well, all of his fights go to unanimous decision, win or lose.
Win or lose.
I think Malarkey has the skills to pull this off. You know, he's a taller, longer fighter. He's got a lot more power than Hakparas. And
then they have him as a slight underguard.
yeah, I'm going with the dog, bro.
That's a
I'm
bunch of
feeling
malarkey.
I'm feeling the dog in this event. I mean, I got a bunch of dogs on this card, bro. And if it hits the way it's been hitting the past couple of events, oh man, money.
yeah, this fight for sure most likely to be competed on the feet. Malarkey, man, he's chinny, man. So I don't know, but Hawk Press doesn't really have,
He doesn't have
a
power.
lot. Yeah, so I mean, I can't pick Hawk Press fights correctly to begin with, but Malarkey is just total gikta. Cannot trust him either. This is a weird fight. I'm gonna have to go. There's gonna be some weird like TKO stoppage, like Hakparas fucking ground and pound second round. But yeah, can't trust either guy. Malarkey's a point fighter. He could just win by points, split decision. But I'll pick Kakparas by finish, second round. A weird fucking TKO.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That is weird.
He doesn't finish anybody.
Yeah, well,
Right.
Malarkey's the guy to get finished, though. You know what I mean? He's that guy that would do that. That would happen to him. So, but what? So I'm looking at Tapology. So the next fight lined up on the main card is the Tim Elliott
Mm-hmm.
fight, right?
With
Okay, I
RJ.
just want to make sure. Yeah, make sure we're all looking at the same
Yeah.
information here. Because Tim Elliott, man, stepping up. Like he fought Mokaev last time around, and the motherfucker was winning on all the cards going into that third round.
Yep.
Mokaev caught him with the submission. So Tim Elliott, ultimate junkyard dog at 135, stepping right back in the saddle. And I mean, I can't pick against him in this fight, right? Like, you guys,
No.
who's
No,
got the
I'm
margin?
picking it. I'm picking Elliott as a decision winner,
Yeah,
dude.
he's a minus 130 favorite, plus 110 underdog. I'm definitely going with Tim Elliott, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just the scrambles, what is it? Samarji was out for a while, like injured, and he had like who was his original opponent was Nascimento, right? I would think Nascimento would have destroyed him too, but Tim Elliott stepping up short notice. I guess the guy's always in shape and ready, so that's the only thing that I would be weary about is, if he's not in good shape, maybe a bad weight cut, but definitely not picking against Tim Elliott here for sure.
Nope.
So, yeah. But moving on to the co-main event, another short notice fight. Anthony Lionheart, the company man, should be his new nickname, Smith, because he's the ultimate company guy, right? Stepping
Yep.
up, fucking UFC broadcast guy, does a great podcast with Michael Bisping. Definitely a good watch, good listen all the time. But man, Anthony Smith, last time he fought, he's kind of shop worn a little bit, like his body's letting him down. Maybe I don't know, man. This is a weird one, right, Rudy? Because the odds are what in favor of Roundtree as an underdog, right?
And I
Yeah,
don't think he
Khalil.
won that fight, dude.
Khalil
I
winning,
truly do believe.
four in a row. He's a minus 240
Oh,
favorite.
dude, I'm going for
Um,
Khalil.
Anthony Smith is a plus 200 underdog, and I'm gonna go with the underdog here, bro. Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
Mm.
Roundtree isn't the biggest light heavyweight. Anthony Smith, he's 6'4". Roundtree is 6'1". He's significantly smaller. He's got a lot more power, but I've seen Anthony Smith fight a lot guys with a lot of power and way bigger, man. He fought Ryan Spann. We all thought Ryan Spann was just gonna destroy him because he lost to Johnny Walker unanimous decision before that. Magomed
Got his
Ankalaev.
ass beat.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I think Anthony Smith's got the fight IQ to know what he's got to do to win this fight and take Khalil Roundtree down, and get him down and keep him down. So I think he can possibly finish Khalil, in this event, despite what a lot of people thinking. This guy's not dumb. He's taking this fight because he thinks he has a chance to win it. It's just not a.
Yeah, of course. Because
Honestly, I give him. It's a huge step up in talent for Khalil. He what
Yeah.
Chris Dawkins, Dustin Jacoby, Carl Roberson, Bukowskis. Come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who really has he fought? Who really has he fought? He's got a lot of power and he's exciting, but yeah, Anthony Smith is he's gonna ruin a lot of people's nights.
Oh.
Yeah, I agreed. Definitely agree, Rudy. And I think Khalil Roundtree, like you said, he's had a lot of tailor-made matchups for him where his style is. I mean, what does he do? He goes in there, he looks for a big right, the left cross.
Exactly, bro.
If he does in fact incorporate the leg kicks, though, Anthony Smith's always had problems with guys who kick him. But the guy is an excellent kickboxer. He's got his BJJ is superior. If the fight does go to the ground, it will get fucking interesting because I don't think. Well, Anthony Smith's a crazy guy. I think he would maybe want to play that with Khalil here. But yeah, man, Anthony Smith, I like that you said, Rudy. Though, just on an underdog spot, that's some money to be made. It's Khalil. If he does win it, it could be by decision. I mean, it's a 3-round fight, but yeah, if you want to make some money, I think Anthony Smith may be the smart pick here. I'm going to pick Khalil Roundtree as a wild card, just a decision where everyone's money gets fucked. Co-main event, Roundtree.
I'm picking Roundtree KO second round.
Hey,
and he's
that's a
gonna
crazy
and
wild.
he's
Yeah.
going to incorporate his Muay Thai against
Telling you, bro.
Lion Negro.
I'm going with a bunch of dogs, man.
Mm.
Yeah.
I got clear late stoppage, so
What's next? What's next?
you're
And
done,
it's
Dong,
song.
time for
dong.
Rudy's favorite fighter song, or say it,
Song to
Rudy. We
song,
need to
yeah,
hear.
dong.
Always necessary. But yeah, man. I mean, this fight was supposed to be in what, China, right? So it would have
Yeah, it was
been
supposed to
great
be
to
in
see.
UFC Singapore, and that's why you're seeing some of these Asian fighters on this card.
They
It's
just threw it
supposed to
together
be,
too.
Yeah, it would
yeah,
have been
man.
great to see Song in a main event in Singapore. It'd be super legit as far as the other talent too. Like, wasn't it like the road to the UFC type
Hmm.
deal where a lot of fights just
Yeah.
got canceled off this card? So we do
Yep.
still have 11 fights as of right now. We don't know if that's going to be the case come Saturday morning or tomorrow morning, of course. But Song Yadong, oh, man, Gutierrez is a huge fucking underdog, right? Like, people are not giving him a chance in this fight.
I'm going with the
I
dog,
got
bro. I'm
I
going with
got
the
El
dog.
Guapo winning, bro, by decision.
Mm.
Yeah, he's a minus 295 underdog. Plus 295 underdog. Minus 400 favorite for Yudong Song. I'm going with a dog, bro. I'm going with a dog on this one. I'm going with
Yeah, I
so
think
many dogs on this card. It's not even
I
funny, bro. Wow.
do hope that does cash out for you well, Rudy, because I know a lot of people, like I said, in this main event, Gutierrez, like, he's gonna have to fight like Song Yadong, or Yadong Song has got like he is who he is as a fighter right now. Like, he has faced like some of the toughest guys in the division. He probably would have beat Corey Sandhagen had Sandhagen not, what is it, a doctor stoppage or so. That guy's the best striker in the fucking division. He gave him all he can handle. The guy's been with what, Uriah Favorite, Team Alpha Male, just perfecting his craft for many years now. And I think he's a complete fighter. He's ranked number 7. He's got it all put together, man. So Gutierrez, he's gonna have to fight a firefight here, man, because Song Yadong is gonna walk him down. He's not gonna be able to run in this
Mhm.
matchup. Leg kicks possibly, but we've seen like Gutierrez get finished. Or has Gutierrez? He's been finished before, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's been finished
Okay.
before.
I was gonna say I thought maybe for some reason he has not been finished, but I think he's
Yeah,
never been KO'd.
he lost
Yeah,
by decision against Pedro Munoz.
but he's never been KO'd though, so that's why I think
Mm.
like Yadong Song could be that guy to finish him. I think this fight definitely doesn't see the judges. Um,
Mhm.
Song Yadong's super durable too, man. Like if it goes later, like the third round or so, which I'm gonna pick Song Yadong by a finish in the third, man, it's gonna get crazy the first two or so. If it sees a third, it's gonna get wild, man. I think Song Yadong's gonna be too much for him. TKO third
I'm
round.
going with so many dogs on this card, bro. It's not even funny. I like
And
Carlos Hernandez. He's the second card fight on this card against Tatsuro Taira. Tatsuro hasn't, bro. He's been very unimpressive, man. And when
Right?
Yep.
he fights guys who hit him in the face. He kind of just buckles, and I don't know. I think that's a bad matchup for him, bro. Those odds are crazy. He's a minus 600 favorite, plus 420 underdog for Carlos Hernandez. I
Ooh.
think Carlos has a chance to get a finish, man.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
really
That's a
do.
good bet there. Because what was the guy that nearly had Tyra finish? Was it Chairez making his debut?
Yep.
So since then, you've mentioned it though, Rudy. Like, if the guy is going to be who they say is, he's got big, crazy odds on him here. He's got to deliver, man. Carlos Hernandez is another Chairez here because, of course, it's the second fight on the
Yep.
card. So I
Yeah.
believe that guy's going to bring.
Another dog, our boy Steve Garcia against
hmm
Milky Costa. He's a
Yep.
plus 210 underdog, minus 260 favorite for Costa. A lot of
Garcia
people
KO
sleeping on
third round,
Garcia again,
dude.
bro. They're sleeping on him again, and
Yep.
I don't know, man. I think Garcia just
Third round
he's got
KO.
that heavy hand, bro. He carries
Mhm.
that weight, that power behind that punch, and it's gonna be a good fight, bro. Good fight.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, because Steve Garcia, we know he only fights one way, and he goes in there and he's the mean machine. He brings the violence. He ends up, I mean, most of the time, Steve's a finisher first and foremost, but he could get caught. You know what I mean? Because he's a little bit wild sometimes. But that's just the way he fights, man. I've seen Steve fight many fights, cage
Yeah,
side.
we have.
Everybody's seen what he's done in the UFC, and yeah, man, just like I don't know because as far as the weight cut went, I know he had some issues last week, couldn't compete. I hope that everything is goes great and he makes the weight on the scales tomorrow. This is a great matchup. Steve's of course ahead of him in the rankings, so he's got to win this fight to keep moving up, climbing the ladder. So definitely cannot pick against the man, Steve Garcia. Mean Machine time on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But my ultimate lock on this card is Hyung Sung Park over Shannon Ross.
Oh, Shannon, he's
Oh,
he's
yeah,
got his
bro.
walking papers.
Yeah,
got his
he's
walking
he's the
papers.
the road to the UFC title winner, Young Sung Park. All of their title winners have been kind of a flop for the UFC this year, so I'm sure they're banking on this dude to win against Shannon Ross, who's dropped 3 in a row.
Mhm.
I'm surprised that the odds are what they are. Minus 220 favorite for Park and plus 180 underdog for someone who's lost 3 in a row. Yeah. He hasn't won a fight in 3 years, bro.
Yeah, that's the lock of the night, and my low key fight of the night will be the Kenan Song Kevin Jousset fight.
Yeah, that's
So
going to
if
be
you're
a good
not,
fight. That'll be fun. That's at the top of the card, the prelims.
yeah, so if you're not watching every single second of every round of every fight of this event, don't forget you're not a real fight fan. You better be drinking Bud Light and have a fridge full of Prime ready to go. And Fuck
Gotta
It
be
Friday
doing that.
challenge tomorrow. Be ready for that. Have all the ingredients immediately. The second you see Dana White post it, you better have all the ingredients or go run to the store, get them.
Or DoorDash it if you have to.
Yes, but yeah,
man. Right.
11 fights slated. Hopefully it stays intact because yeah, there is some banger fights on this card. Like Rudy's
Yeah.
mentioned, a lot of underdogs. There's some money to be made for everybody that watches, listen to the show, banking on Rudy's picks or my picks or Rudy. I mean Mark and Rob. I don't know. You guys been doing all right lately. Been doing
Yeah.
okay.
I
We'll
got
see.
My picks are shit.
my picks
okay?
my picks are locked in, so we'll see how we go.
Mine's
Yeah.
not locked in
this
yet. My picks
weekend.
were shit last week, so I really got to think this time. I'm not, but I cannot fuck up next weekend's card, okay? I have to ace that card.
Hey, we only got
Nobody's
2
gonna
more
win the
events.
title, though.
We
That's a
got this
preview.
event
Yeah,
and next week, and that's it, man.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
that's why
And
we
that's
got
our
to
last
finish the
our
year
last
strong
show
with
of the
picks.
year.
Oh, I
Next
cannot wait for
Thursday.
next year's show, like next week's show. That's gonna be fun as hell. That event.
Yeah.
Well, boys, it was good being back.
Hell
Felt
yeah.
like forever.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, guys, thanks again. We had a banger show. Shout out to everybody that's watching and or listening right now. Really do appreciate your support. Thanks for all the comments. And I did see that little QR code getting scanned. That's pretty cool. Thank you so much. But other than that, David, you know what to do, man.
After a month out, seemed like a year. We are back. You thought we were going somewhere. We ain't going anywhere. We're always going to be right here every Thursday. FightBookMMA.com. This is episode number 197. We got 2 more to end the year. So make sure to tune in next Thursday for UFC 290. We got a big UFC pay-per-view next week. We'll be right here breaking them down. We may, in fact, have a mystery guest. We'll see. You never know.
You never know.
For all the latest combat sports news around the world, around the clock, go to FightBookMMA.com. Go to our social medias, Facebook, Instagram. Hit subscribe, like, show us some love there. For all our previous episodes, wherever you get your podcasts, go to your podcast platform of choice. Sitting ringside, FightBook MMA. Like, subscribe, share. For myself, Dave Rodriguez, Rudy Lara, producer at hand, Mark Amby Miller up north, and the boss, Roberto Villa. We are out. Enjoy the fights. See you next week.